In the yesterday class, we have seen how to declare a table type. See, this is a structure. This is how you can declare a structure. With the reference of the structure, you will declare a work area. With the reference of structure, you can also declare an internal table. Correct? And if you give something like this, types, some variable, type table of structure, then what it is? This is called table type. This is not an internal table. This is called a table type. And then if I say something like data XYZ type ABC, with the reference of table type, you can create internal table. XYZ intern is a internal table, correct? Okay, fine. So now if you want to create a table type, that means if you want to create ABC, you are taking the reference of structure. You are taking the reference of structure. Maybe the structure is having 3 fields or 4 fields or n number of fields. That is a different case. Now I will create the table type in the transaction S11. I'll go to the S11 transaction, data dictionary. We are back into the data dictionary. Here we were giving the data type. Give some name, ZABC1 or 2 or something. It should start with Z or Y. Click on create. It's already existing, so I'll give some other name. So here you select the table type. Give the short text. Table type. Table type will take the reference of, let us go to the program and see. Table type will take the reference of structure. Similarly, in the data dictionary also, table type, when you are creating, you need to give the structure. Here in the line type, you need to give the structure. Then it will become a table type. Correct? So now you need to give here a structure. Structure could be either structure or table name. So please make a note. In the line type, we can give, in the line type, we can give either a structure created in S11 transaction or table name. Table name in the sense, what I mean to say is a table structure. Say for example, I can give here Mara. Mara is a table name, we know, right? If I press enter, so now if I go inside, save it in a local object, you will go to the Mara table. Okay? So that means the Mara structure, I'm not talking about the Mara table data, only Mara structure is included in this table type. Okay, now I'll come to the program. I'll say here data some element type ZABC1 2. Now tell me what is element. Element is a internal table which is having the structure of Mara. Got it? Vinod and Javed. Any question you can ask? Hello?
Hello. Yeah. I got it, sir.
Okay, fine. So we'll go further. Fine. So now after table type, in the data dictionary, we are going to finish the next topics. First, the next topic is the type group. We have already seen the database table, how to create a database table and all, you know. How to create views, except help view, we have created 3 views. Then now all the data types got finished. Then we are going further, is a type group. So in the type group, what I will do, I will put here the example for type group. You can write down. Type group is a combination of several type declarations. Type group is a combination of several type declarations.
Sir?
Type group is a combination of several type declarations.
So one moment, can you go to the program, sir?
Yeah.
Sir, like for internal tables, we always used to mention type table of.
It's not required type table of. If you are giving a reference of structure to a internal
Okay,
table,
sir.
sorry, here. If you are giving a structure to a internal table, use type table of.
Okay.
Okay. If you are
Okay,
giving a
sir. Okay,
reference
sir.
of table type and you are declaring an internal table, type is sufficient.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
If you give table type of here, so
Uh,
before
Table type here and type table of here. Huh?
yeah,
You mean to say this is meaningless? Like it's a cube. It's not there in ABAP. It will be there in BW. It's there in some different module, but it's not valid in ABAP. Okay.
okay, sir.
Okay. Sir, this thing, like for with the reference of structure,
Hmm.
if we have not mentioned table of, then work area is to get created.
Yeah, work area will be created with the help of structure. If you don't mention type table of, that will be a work area.
Even if we are not mentioned the type table of internal table is getting created.
Come again?
Here for the table type,
Hmm.
even if we don't mention the table of word,
Hmm.
internal table is getting created.
Created. Yes,
The reason,
exactly.
sir?
Exactly. Because see, already we have given a type table of keyword here while declaring the table type. Correct?
Okay, sir.
No need to give again.
Yes.
So if you give just a type ABC, that means it know that it's a type table of this structure. Okay?
Okay.
Fine. Okay, so now the next one we are discussing about the type groups. Type groups is a combination of several type statements. Several type statements means structures and table types. If you go inside a type groups, you can only declare structures and table types. Okay. Example for type group is SLIS. SLIS. You can see on the screen. SLIS is a SAP standard type group which is available.
Okay, sir.
If you go inside this, see, there are several type statements are there. Type so and so of type N, type so and so, type
Yes, sir.
C. Something else, something is there. Similarly, see, types begin of, types end of this one. So this is a
Yes,
structure.
sir. Structure.
Structure. Okay, what is this? This is a
Uh,
this is a table.
the,
This is a table type.
okay.
Types keyword, some name, type, structure, occurs zero. Occurs zero means with header line. We have discussed two types of internal tables are available, with header line and without header
Yes,
line.
sir.
So this is a table type
Okay, sir.
with header line. Okay. So like that, there are
Yes.
several types are available, but right now we are not concentrating on occurs zero. Don't bother about this one. But this is a table type. So now our type groups list is having several structures and table types. Correct? Now one
Yes,
more
sir.
thing. Please make a note. Every type group starts with the keyword type pool. Every type group starts with a keyword type pool and following with the type group name. Following with the type group name. Okay. Once the type group is assigned in the program, or once the type group is called inside the program, once the type group is called inside the program, The program can access all the declarations in it. The program can access all the declarations in it. For example, I'll come here, I'll give the type pools list. The keyword is this type pools list. I will do like this. I'll put like this. Shall I remove this? Do you want this?
No, sir. Remove.
Shall I go for a next program and do? Otherwise, okay, fine.
Yes.
I'll leave this program as it is.
Sir, once the type group is called inside the program can access.
The program can access the declarations in it. So now here I'm saying the pools list. After that I will say data itab type table of, otherwise type slice underscore t underscore field cat underscore alv. What is this? Now
Structure.
this should be a structure or table type, correct?
Yes, sir.
Now save it, check it. If I'm checking what it is saying, it is syntactically
Syntactically
correct.
correct.
Okay, I don't give this. I will avoid this. Okay, I'm commenting this. Now I'll check it. What it was saying? Yeah, no, I don't know what is list underscore field cat underscore lv. If I'm putting
Yes, sir.
this, if I'm putting this type pools list, then it know what is list underscore t underscore field cat lv. Actually,
So
this,
it must be the structure.
yeah, it must, we can't say it must be the structure, but it is a declaration inside this
Table type.
list,
Yeah.
inside this
Yeah,
list.
yeah.
So
Yes, sir.
let us go inside, double click on this, it will take you into the list. So now we are in list, right? Type groups list. So now
Yes, sir.
see where is that list underscore t underscore field cat alv type list underscore f field cat alv occurs one. So this is a types
Yeah.
keyword. It is a table
Yeah,
type.
it is a table type.
It
Yeah.
is a table type. It is a structure. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So that is how you can access the structures and table types which was declared in this list. You know the conio.h and studio.h functions in C, some
Yes,
library
sir.
functions. So it is something similar
Yes,
like
sir.
that. Okay,
Okay.
fine. Javed, your voice is very low, very slow. No, no, you type it. It's very slow. Type the question.
Cannot see the screen, sir.
You are unable to see the screen.
Now I can see, sir.
Okay, fine.
Where is that field cat and this thing, sir? You just showed.
That is different. Double click on this. Yeah, this is the one. Okay, so
Okay, sir.
this is a table type. This is a structure. Now let us go to the next object of the data dictionary. The next object is domain. You know how to create a domain?
Yeah, sir. We have learned in program.
Yeah, while creating a table, we have created several domains, right?
Yeah.
I'll show you one.
Yes, sir.
Type groups. I will tell you like when we are going for the reporting techniques, after finishing these basics, we will go for the reporting
Yes, sir.
techniques. Okay, so
Okay, sir.
where something called ALV reports. In if you want to write a ALV report, you need to use several table types. You need to use several structures where you can use this list and all. We will come across it. The example. So short description, so for the domain, the short description you can give anything, data type, right? You can select F4 help here. You can select any of the data type, currency or quantity or whatever you want. Number of character also you can put. Once you put the number of characters, press enter. Then what will happen? Automatically the output length and decimal places will be decided.
Okay, sir.
There is some box here called sign. What is this sign box?
I don't know.
Fine. If I check this sign box, then what will happen? Inside your table, when you are storing the data, you can also store the sign -100 plus 120. Like that, you can also store the sign. So if you want to store the sign also, that means minus and plus sign. Check this. Okay. And this is a lower case. If I change it to character, for example, character. Now lowercase checkbox is opening up. Okay. What is this lowercase
Okay,
checkbox? What is this lowercase checkbox?
If it is, it will find the differentiate between lowercase and uppercase. Huh?
Yeah. While storing the data, it will distinguish between lowercase and uppercase. If you check this lowercase checkbox, then it will store the data in lowercase. Otherwise, always it will convert into uppercase and store it in the table. While storing the table,
Okay, sir.
even though if you give a small letters, then it will convert into capital and then stores. But if you check this lowercase checkbox, it will store as it is. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So that is the use. So these are the various options available, and value range, correct? You can give the
Yeah,
value
sir.
range
Yeah, I
here,
know.
and that will come as a F4 help, correct? Fine. So this is what the important things about domain. The next one is a search help. Okay. Search help is also called as F4 help. Search help is also called as F4 help. There are two types of search helps are available: elementary search help and collective search help. There are two types of search helps are available: elementary search help and collective search help. What
Collective
is
was it?
collective? Yeah, elementary search help and collective search help. Then what is this use of this search help? Tell me. Actually,
It is like a combo box in VB. Like whatever we have stored, it will bring it to us.
fine. So correct. So now, yesterday I done some program. I forgot the program name completely, but I know that the program name is starting with the jet test. Then what I will do? I will in AC38 screen. I will give jet test star and click on F4 or click on this button. Then what will happen? All the program names it will list down. So this is called a search help. Okay, so this pop-up which is coming up, this is called a search help, where it will bring out all the programs which is starting with jet test and editions. So now I'll go to this. Okay, so like that. That means search help means all the program names are also stored in some table. It is bringing the program names from some particular table, and it is showing up in a pop-up. Okay, so now let us see the search help. How to create our own search help. We have created one database table. If I remember, Z student or Z student, I think some other Z student data. Yes, Z student data. Correct. See, this is this data, this table we have created. And if you observe in this table, for employee ID, this button is coming. For other fields, it's not coming. For employee ID, why this button is coming? Search help button.
Because we have given something in the coding.
Yeah, good. There can be two reasons. There can be two reasons. For employee ID, why it is coming means the employee ID must be coming from a check table. Otherwise, it should have a value table. Then only it can get this search help button. What is a check table? Check table means the student data should be having a relationship with the employee data. So this employee ID, if I go to the employee, this employee data is another table. We are relating the two tables using a foreign key. Correct? So in that
Yes, sir.
case,
Yes, sir.
employee ID is getting a search help. Okay, now otherwise one more thing is, if the employee ID can also have a value range, then also it can get that. Otherwise I'll go to this employee ID table and check Is there any value range is there for this? I'm now in employee data table. Okay, nothing, no value range was there. If value range is there, then also F4 help will come. Fine. Now my question is, now I'll go to the program. Now here I will say parameters p underscore employee ID p underscore employee ID type g student data hyphen employee ID. Correct? I'll activate. Fine, I'll give one more parameter also. P underscore student ID type so now I have two parameters, one is employee ID, another one is student ID. Execute. Now if you observe employee ID, this F4 search help button is coming. For student ID it is not coming. Why? The reason is simple, because in the table employee ID has F4 help, so that's why it is coming up here also. But in the table student ID does not have any F4 help, correct? The table, if you
Yes,
observe,
sir.
student ID does not have any button, whereas employee ID has this button.
Button.
So if I click on this F4 help, of course it's not showing any values for the employee ID. Because I think no values are there in the employee data. Yeah, if you observe no data, you scroll down and see there was no data in employee data table, so that's why it's not showing any data. If you have some data in this employee ID table, then definitely you can get those list of employee IDs here. Okay. Now what I want is I want student ID. For student ID also I want some F4 button like this. Okay, how to put? So now generally search help, why the people will create a search help? Because search help is a help for you to identify the student ID or student name or whatever, correct? So here I want help to find out the student ID. I forgot, say for example, I may partly remembering the student ID. I want some help to recollect the student ID. That is my purpose of creating a search help. So now if I know the student name, I can identify the student ID, correct? Maybe if I know some other details, like if I know the student age, maybe if I know the student address, I can get to know what is the student ID, correct? So now what I will do, I will go to the SE11 transaction. I'll create a search help. Search help name, you can put anything starting with a Z test stu help, otherwise help 1. I'll put help 1. Click on create. I told there are two types of search help, elementary and collective. First we are creating an elementary search help. Click on continue. Give the description here. I'll say elementary search help 1. So now selection method, in the selection method you need to give the table name. So student ID is available in which table? Z student
Get
data.
student
Yeah.
I'll go to the table. So G student data. I'll give here G student data. Press enter, and then now here search help parameters it is asking search help parameters. So put your cursor here. Select this. For which field you are finding out the search help? Student ID. Put
Student
that.
ID.
Select that field first. Okay.
Okay.
Next, you have several other fields also you can select. So here you may select the student name, you may select the student age, anything you can select. Based on employee ID also you can identify the student ID maybe. So I will put student name. Okay. So you can select 3 or 4 fields. Any n number of fields you can put it here. But the first field should be student ID because you are writing search help for finding out the student ID. And select this import export checkboxes. Okay. Give the L position here 1 2. I will tell you what is this L position, but as of for the time being give the L position 1 2 and activate. So now a search help is ready. The search help name is jet test help
This
1.
is help.
Help 1. Now what this search help is activated. Now what I will do, I will go to the program. So as of now there is no button here. For the student ID I will give match code object search help name. The syntax is this is a keyword. Match code object is a keyword. This is our search help name which we have created. Now activate
Okay.
and execute. So now a F4
Yes.
button is coming up here. Now click on this. So now see student ID, student name, both were coming. Okay. So now,
Yes.
for example, now you know the student name. Based on that, if you click on student name, corresponding student ID will come here. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So similarly, if I select this J, 4 will come here. Okay. So that is the use. For example, here I have only given the student name. You can also give the other field. If you want,
Yeah,
you give the student age also. If you want, you give the student address also. Now, what is this L position? Now, I'll give the L position 2 here and 1 here. Okay? I'll activate. Now, I'll go to the program. What's happening?
Yeah.
It's in
The
swap.
fields are
Hmm.
Positions
are
is swapped, sir.
Yeah, position is swapped. So, this is actually called a list. LST, list. Okay. So, the in L position means list position. List position means the pop-up whatever is showing, that is called actually list. So, in the list, the field positions are altered. So, I will now change it to the original one. So, you now you come to know what is LPOS. Now,
yes, sir.
now the second one. Here display values immediately is there. Okay. Now what I will do?
Yeah.
I'll put here dialog with value restriction. I'll put this. Okay. I'll activate. Now I'll go to the program. I will put F4. I will click on this button. No, wait. One more thing. One more small. After giving the dialog with value restrictions, I need to give here S position. I'll give 1 here and 2 here. I'll tell you what is the S position, but give this S positions here. And after giving S position, go to your program and then click on this. Now what is coming up? A selection screen is coming up for the student ID and student name. If you know the student name, Jai, give the Jai and press enter. In your list, only that one will come. Okay, so that means you can have a restriction here while pressing the F4. You can do some restriction. If you don't know the student name, you press enter, all the entries will come just like the previous one. Okay, so initially it will give you a screen based on which you can only restrict few entries. Okay, so
Okay,
this
sir.
is the use of the box dialog with
What is
value
what
restriction.
is S4?
S position means it is
Yes, sir.
the selection screen position. For example, here I am giving F4 help.
Okay.
Student ID is coming first, after that student name is coming.
Yeah, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, sir.
It can swap. For example, in the S position, I can give this. If I give 2 here, if I give 1 here, student name will come first and student ID will come next. Okay, so that is the
Yes, sir.
use. So this is how you can create a elementary search help. Now what is a collective search help? Collective search help is a combination of two or more elementary search helps. Collective search help is a combination of two or more elementary search helps. Make a note. Okay. So now here what I'll do, I will create one more search help. Click on create. I will create one more elementary search help. After that I will combine two elementary search helps and create a collective search help. So now here I will say elementary search help to table name, the same table name I will take. Search help parameter, for what parameter you are doing this search help? Student ID, give that
Yes,
first. And previously we have created one search help based on student name, correct? Now we will do based on the student address. Okay, I'll give this. You can give either this or this, anything is okay. Import export checkboxes you need to check. L position, S position you need to mark, activate. Okay, now if I give this search help 2 in my program, student ID, student address were coming.
yes, sir.
So these are the addresses, the student IDs and address, correct? You can select based on the address, you can select the student ID. Now we have created two search helps, elementary search helps. Now I'll put these two elementary search helps and create a collective search help. So I'll give the name as 3, create collective search help, select the radio button, continue. Okay, so this is collective search help. Give some description. For which parameter you are going to add the search help?
Student
For
ID.
which parameter? Student ID, correct? Student ID we are
Yes, sir.
putting the putting up. Okay, we need to put that here, and so I'll go to the table. Yeah, what is the field name? STUID, correct? Better I will take from the table. Yeah, student ID. I'll put student ID here. Check this import and export parameters. What is the data element for this student ID? Go to the table and see what is the data element.
Z store.
Put it here, data element. Go to the included search helps. Actually, element collective search help is a combination of two or more elementary search helps. So give all the elementary search help names here.
1.
If you have 3, 4, 5 another other search helps also, you can give all the search help names.
Yes, sir.
Press enter. Click on parameter assignment. Click on this button. click yes. So we have already given that for student ID we are going to create these parameters. Click on proposal and copy. Click on copy. Now activate. Now take this search help name, jet test help 3, go to your program. Activate. Execute. Now click on F4. See, this is elementary search help 1 and this is elementary search help 2. Okay. So elementary search help 1 we have created for student ID, student name. Elementary search help 2 we have created for student ID, student address. So these two elementary search helps are placed one on the other and it is showing as a collective search help. So that is what the collective
Sir,
search help is. So you can now go to any elementary search help from here and you just execute and you can select the student ID. That's the use.
Yes, sir.
okay. Sir, can you click on the button F4?
Which one?
So what is this maximum number of hits? 500.
Which one? Where? This is a maximum number of hits 500. So this maximum number
What
of,
is that field?
yeah, the maximum number of hits 500. You can also see whenever you are going for some tables. For example, I'll go to Mara table and I'll show it to you. Correct. So I'll go to the Mara table. See here also maximum number of hits 200 is there, correct?
Yeah.
So what is this 200 means? If I execute this database table has some thousands or some 10,000s of records, out of which only first 200 records are shown to you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if I scroll down, only 200 records are there here. If you want 201 record, what you need to do? You change here maximum number of hits. I want 500 records, first 500 records, and I fight. Now 500 records are coming. Okay, maximum number of hit means in your database table there may be some thousands of records, out of which I will show you these many only. If you want more, you change the maximum number of hits. Why? Because what will happen if more and more data it's selecting from the database table, performance will reduce. So to improve the
Yes.
performance, they are putting some maximum number of hits. That's it.
Okay, sir.
If you remove this maximum number of hits, it will give the total number of entries available. How many entries are available? 14,883 entries are available totally in Mara table. Okay?
Okay.
But always because the 200 is there, then it was. And what is this width of output list? 250?
Total number of fields.
Yeah, field length. For example, here I will give 25. It was giving MNDT, MATNR, ERSDA. If I give 60, one more field, or something like that. Okay, so the list width will increase. The list width based on this maximum output list. Fine. So we have completed with the search help. Then we are going for the lock objects. Please make a note. Lock objects are required. Lock objects are required to maintain data integrity. To maintain data integrity. In the system. So there are three types of locks. There are three types of locks. First one is a read lock, R-E-A-D, read lock. Second one is a write lock, W-R-A-T-E, write lock. And third one is exclusive but not cumulative lock. exclusive but not cumulative lock. For example, I'm going to a program name is JetTest24. I'm going in a change mode. I'm doing some changes. Okay. So now what Javed is sitting in some other place. He does not know that I'm editing this program. He is also opening the same program JetTest24 and he is editing.
Okay.
Now what should happen? Which changes? Whether the system should store my changes or Javed changes or both? What should be done? If I
Both
delete, Javed was deleting
Can
some part of my code. I'm writing some code. Javed was deleting some part of my code. He is writing his code. Then
sir, at the same time, can we access the?
no. The thing is, it will lead for a data inconsistency. Okay. So at the same time, if I am editing a program, Javed cannot edit that program at all. For example, you can see the screen. This screen is JetTest24. This is in edit mode. Edit mode means I can type here. In the other
Yeah,
session,
sir.
I'll open the same program in a change mode.
Yeah.
Now see the message, scroll down and see the message. Just scroll down on your screens and see the status message. What it was showing?
User
User
SAP 51.
is currently editing this report. You cannot edit anymore. If I want to type something, I cannot type. Okay, so this is called a write lock. You cannot write.
Okay, sir.
You cannot write. Only you can read whatever is there on 24th. You can read it. Okay, so this is called a write lock. There is something called read lock also. Read lock means you cannot even read. That means display access also will not be given to you. And exclusive but not cumulative. There is another type of lock, exclusive but not cumulative. In this, what will happen? This is something like user specific, more or less, I can say. That means if one user is there, only for that particular user, the lock mechanism will be something like some exclusive lock. That is okay. So,
Sir,
yeah,
one minute, sir.
tell me.
You have been creating this programs such as test 0, 0, 1, 24 and all.
Yeah,
Like if you are not accessing it, I can access and even change it also, sir.
yeah.
Like,
For example, I will make it display mode here. Okay,
yeah.
and then in the second screen, I can go in a change mode. Okay, you can access. Now you can change.
No, sir. No. What I'm asking is like, it is your code, sir. You have created.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
Can you
SAP
change it?
zero.
Can you change it?
SAP 051 has created, sir. After the class, if you go, even I can access and change it from my ID, SAP
Ah,
055.
okay, good.
Like, can you protect your code, sir?
Good,
Only
good.
you should access it.
Yeah, good. The thing is, yeah, that is exclusive lock. If you put, you can protect. Okay, but the
Okay.
thing is, in generally, what will happen? I will write some code. After that,
Okay.
I may leave the organization. Correct? Then another
Yeah.
user will come and he should be able to do some changes. He should do some changes if some bug comes later. Then better don't give this exclusive but not cumulative lock.
Okay.
So here, if you go to attributes, there is something called editor lock. You can also put this. If you do this editor lock, if you check this, that will be locked. Okay. So don't put this as far as possible. Generally, it won't be defaultly checked, but don't do this.
Sir,
Fine.
even working in real time also, you don't put locks, sir.
No, no.
Exclusive locks.
While working in real time, also we don't put the editor lock. Okay.
Okay.
But the option is there. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, sir.
Fine. The thing is next, I'm going to say you something. Yeah, I will try to create some lock for the table. Okay. One table, I want to lock it. How to lock? I'll go to S11. I'll give select the lock object. Lock object name generally starts with E. It will not start with a Z. It will start with the name E. After E, either Z or Y. our old naming convention, either Z or Y, but the first letter should start with E. So I'll say lock object get test lock, click on create, give some description, test lock. So now click on the table. So it's asking which table you are going to lock. Z student data I want to lock. Oh, Z student data is not there. Huh? To STU.
Active, not active.
DENT, STU, DENT, it should be there. STU. That student data is there, no? Table we have created.
Yes, sir, it's there, sir.
This is partly active. That's what. Okay. Whenever you are getting some errors in the database tables, then go to utilities, database object, database utility, activate and adjust database. Click on this and adjust. Come back and then activate. So that will be activated. Yeah. Now, okay. So now it's asking lock mode. There are 3 kinds of locks. You can put any one of the lock for this and activate. So when you activate your lock, 2 function modules will be created. Please make a note. Whenever a lock object is activated, 2 function modules are created. 2 function modules are created. We will see what is a function module in the upcoming classes. We don't know what is function module as of now, but please note it down. In the later point of time, once the function module concept is over, you just come and read it. So whenever you activate the lock object, 2 function modules will be created. If you click on go to lock modules, see there are 2 names here, DQ EZ test lock, NQ EZ test lock. These 2 are function modules which were created just now.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now, what is the function module name? How the naming convention? It is a DQ underscore the lock object. Lock object name is EZ test lock, right? The same thing. EZ test lock. NQ underscore lock object name. EZ test lock. This is how the naming convention will be. NQ is generally used to lock. DQ is generally used to unlock. NQ is to lock the table. DQ is to unlock the table. Now why to lock, why to unlock, why to do this? We are doing this lock mechanism for a table, correct? Now,
Yes, sir.
now what's happening? Santosh was putting some entries in the table. At the same time, Chetan also want to put some entries in the table. Again, here the question of data integrity will come, correct? So now what Santosh will do, whenever he putting the data, he will lock the table first, so that no other user will enter some data, and he will put the data. Okay, even though Santosh locks the table, he will able to put it because he only locked. He will have access. He can put the data, but for others he is locking, not for himself. For others he is locking. He is putting the data. After putting the data, he will unlock. Once he unlock, others can access and others can put some data. So that is how the concept will be. Okay. So first, whenever you want to put a data inside the table through programming, what you need to do? First lock the table, then put the data, then unlock. This is the sequence. Okay.
How to unlock, sir?
Unlock. This function module you need to use. I will tell you how to use the function modules later. We have not yet come.
Okay, sir.
Okay, if you want to lock, this function module you need to use to lock. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So this is the flow. So till the flow part, you just understand as of for the time being. We will come to know how to use these function modules and all. Okay.
Okay, okay.
So we'll stop here. We will meet tomorrow. If all of you are able to come, we'll meet tomorrow.
Yes, yes, sir. We can come tomorrow.
What about Vinod and Javed?
Yeah, sir, we
Yes,
can.
sir.
Okay,
I can
fine.
come, sir.
So probably maybe we'll meet on online tomorrow, and the time will be in the evening. Evening around 4 o'clock is okay for you? Around 3 o'clock
Yes,
or
sir.
4 o'clock?
Yes, sir.
3 o'clock or 4 o'clock. Okay, so
Yes,
we'll
sir.
Yes, sir. 4 o'clock.
so yeah, we'll meet at 4 o'clock. Okay,
Done, sir.
Okay.
fine.
Okay, sir.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.